Hello, everybody out there. How is everybody out there in YouTube world doing tonight? I hope everybody is having a wonderful evening, and I hope you are all really enjoying yourself on this Saturday night. And thank you for joining me on Survival Preparedness for Beginners. I really do appreciate it. We do have a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. I'm going to start off. Let's see here. Give me a number one if you all can hear me just fine. It's been a while since I've been on. Make sure everything is working. On my end, it shows it is, but just give me a number one so that we all know, or I know at least, you can hear me out there in the wonderful world of YouTube. All right, there we go. All right, thank you all very much. I do appreciate that. Now let's see who all is here tonight. I haven't been on in a few weeks, so let's just go through here. I see all my moderators are on here. JT, it's good seeing you. I hope you're feeling better, and I hope the husband is doing much better also. Pitbull is on here. Tracy's on here. Let's see here. Raka Moss, you're on here also. How you doing, Raka? It's always good to see you. South Florida, DCL. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining in and stopping by. I do appreciate it. Lauren's here. Mr. Landfill. We got some new people in here. Tracy K. D's Crafts is here. How you doing, D? It's always good to see you. Lefty Lisa is here. It's good to see you also, Lefty Lisa. Rebecca Evans, the prepping artist. And let's see here. Let's see. Amazing Grammy. Yeah, I like that. That's kind of cool. Coffee First and Speak is here. I did see Jan. Jan is here also. Nice to see. There's my moderators. I would also like to welcome everybody from Facebook and we have a lot of stuff to discuss tonight, and there's been a lot of stuff, as you all know, has been going on in my life for quite a while. It's been topsy-turvy here, there, everywhere. Every time you turn around, it seems like there's another problem, another fire to put out. And sometimes, things get overwhelming. And I wanted to bring this last Saturday night, and with everything that's been going on, I just wasn't up to it. And my wife was like, you really need to do this live stream. And the reason I didn't do it was because it wasn't up to par. I wasn't feeling 100%. I just wasn't in it. You know what I'm saying? With everything that has gone on, you just didn't feel it. And I didn't want to come on here and give a live stream and not give you guys the good quality live streams that you're used to, the way I normally do them and everything else. So I decided to push it off a week. And as you all do know, my channel did get hacked a few weeks ago. Been fighting like crazy to try to get stuff back. There was some videos that were deleted. I did add those back in. I think the last one came out yesterday. So everything coming forward will be new content. I do have videos in the works, and there are videos scheduled. Tomorrow, there's a really good one coming out tomorrow. But I really could use some help here by them hacking my channel, and then basically YouTube just shut everything down. The algorithm just doesn't know I exist anymore. So if you people could help by sharing these videos, getting the word out, or anything else, we've lost about 265 subscribers just from the hack itself. And then obviously the views have dropped way off. Now, a lot of people, I did get some emails that people weren't getting notified, and they were seeing that I had some videos coming out. So my suggestion to a lot of people is to unsubscribe and resubscribe and click the notification bell. And the reason I say that is from what I have learned, through this whole process that I've gone through. Um, Even YouTube recommended me to put something out there to everybody to do this so that you will be getting notified that I do have new content coming out, whether it be shorts, community posts, whatever it may be, videos, live streams, and everything else. It's a sure way to ensure that you're going to get reconnected to the system and you'll be getting notified when anything does take place. I have been doing short videos. I have been doing long form content, community posts, and things of this nature, um, and all this type of stuff. But it's been a struggle. I've been trying to work and get everything back. Um, it was just another thing I just did not need. And I freaked out when it happened because there literally is no way to get in contact with YouTube. And thank God I ran across something and I was able to get that all situated. Um, so I mean, things are slowly getting back to normal, as normal can be at this point in time. uh, we just have to sit back and think about all the different things and the aspect of our lives and what we want to do and what is best for us and our families. The one thing that I will say is, there are things in the works on our end here, that I think would be more beneficial to all of you. But that's going to be coming down the road. Time will tell. We'll have to wait and see. But that is looking like it might take place possibly next year. But I'm not going to put the cat out of the bag just yet. But, it is what it is. So let's see who else is in here. I give it a few minutes here. Fluffy Otter's here. David is here. Survival appearance for beginners. Why don't I have a wrench? I don't know. Trapper Bob is here. So Preparing Artist is here. I'm just trying to make sure that I've acknowledged a lot of people before I get going here. Cinder. James Brown is here. Nice to see you. And all right. All right, so let's get going on this here video. And I just like to welcome all the members that are still with me right now. I did lose quite a few during the hack. So if you're interested in being a member, it's very easy. I mean, I did make changes. I was able to make changes to the whole system once I did get it back and everything else. It was like a one-time deal. So you're going to notice if you go into the members, there's only two now. There's a $2.99 and a $5.99. And any of the money that you do put forth on this channel just helps support, do everything. I wanted to start doing giveaways and stuff again, but at this point, I just have to concentrate on building the channel back up and getting everything back to where it was. And which is taking time. Everything takes time. Nothing happens overnight. Let's see here. Bob 67 is here. Nice to see you. Gail D. I'm probably going to mess this up, but a Tropian Vet. It's nice to see you. Thank you for being here. I'm just doing one last check here. All right. Okay, so I'm going to have to check into that. I don't know if you are, but I mean, if you're interested, shoot me an email. Just shoot me an email if you're interested, South Florida DCL, and maybe we can chit chat. But let's get going on this video. So, today's video is basically on what to do with your money right now. It's just one of those questions, right? We don't know what else to do. A lot of people are really freaking out about a lot of different things and things that are taking place. And a lot of people just are, they're not really prepared for what could be coming down the pike. And I don't think anybody really is ever totally prepared. But in this video, in this live stream, what I want to do is I want to cover a few different things on maybe some of the things you could be spending your money on right now. And then also, we're going to cover a few things that I think maybe you shouldn't be spending your money on. Now, the first thing I have to get out of the way is I am by no means a financial advisor. I do not have the credentials. I don't have any background, any schooling, anything else. This is just stuff that I am doing myself or would do myself. You all have to make your own judgments on what you want to do with your money and your finances and how you do your everyday living. With that being said, we're going to start right off. And number one on my list is self-sufficiency investments. Now, what I'm talking about here is this would include things like developing skills and investment in tools or infrastructure that allow you to be self-sufficient. For instance, you might consider learning how to grow your own food. Maybe you want to really buckle down and learn and invest in how you can filter water, because there is very, very many ways that you can filter water. Or something along the lines of, let's say, generating your own power, because there is a lot of different ways that you can do that. And there's actually courses that you can take through different YouTube channels and online courses and everything else that teaches you how to do a lot of these different things. Education. My biggest thing is you want to invest in books. Now, a lot of people nowadays, they love buying these ebooks. If there's no power, those ebooks are useless. Invest in real books, real paper books. Take online courses. Maybe find some workshops you can do or other educational materials that will help you learn vital skills, such as, let's say, first aid, wilderness survival, maybe, food preservation, farming, things of this type. There's a lot of different things that you can do and spend your money on. Next is a big one. Land and tools. Land is a big thing right now. Let's just say that I have been looking at land in certain parts of the country and everything else to get away from the rat race. But, land is a hot commodity in certain areas of this country. So purchasing land, especially land that's suitable for farming, can be a good investment with your money, in my opinion. Definitely investing in high quality, durable tools that you're going to use for farming, building, repairing. These things are so crucial to have, and you want to make sure you're investing properly and making sure you're doing your homework on what maybe you're looking to do and what kind of tools you're going to need to succeed in that. Another one could be alternative energy sources. Now, this all goes into like your solar panels, um, wind turbines, windmills, or other alternative sources. Basically, like you could get into hydroelectric. These all can reduce your dependency on the grid, because we all know the grid is a very weak, very easy to displace, very easy to take down. And if you could spend some money into learning some of these things or acquiring some of these products for your own purposes, if you live in an area where you could do this, it would probably be a very good benefit, even if at this point in time it was for an emergency backup only. But in the long run, it could be your main source of power to you and your family. Essential supplies. Now, stock up on essential supplies that you might need in an emergency situation is a give me. Okay. Right. I mean, we all know that. We all do that. But this doesn't necessarily mean you need a bunker full of canned goods. All right. Yeah, okay, that would be great and everything else, but it's probably just not practical for 99.9% of us. All right. But it's a good idea to have a reasonable supply of like non-perishable food, water, and all the other essential items. And by reasonable, I'm talking at least a 30-day supply. I think at this point in time in the game that we're living in and everything that's going on, I think it would be very wise for a lot of people to strive to hit that 30-day mark, not knowing what really is going to be going on. Food and water. You want to store a variety of non-perishable foods, and you got to make sure that you're rotating your stock to keep it fresh, right? I mean, if anybody's ever worked at a grocery store or watched anybody stock shelves, that they're doing it the proper way, they go in, the old stuff comes forward, the new stuff goes in the back. Also, you want to really consider your water purification methods and storage solutions for your water and food products, because it does you no good if you just don't have the room, you don't have the capability or anything else. Water is one of your biggest main concerns, just because it takes up a lot of room. It's very heavy, and you want to make sure, it doesn't go bad on you and how you can treat it. Medical supplies, first aid kits, necessary medications, basic medical knowledge can be a life-saving instrument in any type of an emergency. You could be on a camping trip, could be a natural disaster. Never know. But if you took maybe some courses on first aid, if you took courses CPR, if you took courses on all these different things, and a lot of places offer these courses, and some of them don't cost you anything. If you check around your communities and stuff, sometimes they run different types of emergency classes for free. Hygiene products. Now, hygiene products are the one thing that is always overlooked in any given situation here, because everybody is always thinking about everything else, and these are all often overlooked. But keeping a good supply of products for personal hygiene and sanitation is very important. Just remember that, because hygiene products are always the one thing that people always forget in a time of crisis. Now we're going to move on down and talk a little about your financial investments. We're going to start off with the first one that I do agree with. All right. Because some of these I don't. Precious metals. Precious metals like gold and silver have historically held their value well during times of economic instability. History has proven these methods time and time again throughout the history of this country. Silver and gold. Okay. If you're going to be putting your money into something, silver and gold is probably your best bet. You want to make sure that you're really want to pay attention to your portfolios. I know a lot of people, I mean, I have a 401k. I'm sure maybe a lot of you people out there work for a corporation or anything like this. Maybe you have 401ks or anything like this. By diversify your portfolios. It's often recommended to diversify your portfolios to balance between risk and potential returns. Yes, the younger you are, you always go with the higher risk, like with your 401k. You want to go in the higher risk brackets and everything else. And then when you get older, like me, and you're getting ready to retire in a few years, you want to drop that back to something that's nice and safe where your money isn't going to go nowhere when the whole thing collapses. And this can, include a mix of using different stocks and bonds and mutual funds and all these other assets. But I would highly suggest, if you're really going to be getting into this, unless you know it, only with the advice of a trusted company or a trusted person that you know that deals in the market. All right. And remember one thing, never put all your eggs in one basket. You want to have them kind of all split up and moved around. So maybe you have some precious metals. Maybe you do have like a 401k, so you have some money in there. If they offer an after-tax program hooked to your 401k, I would highly suggest you get into that because it's like a savings account you can't touch. You can't just go up to it and take money out of it. It's a process. It takes usually 24 to 36 hours. And you have to take it out then, but there's no penalties because it's after tax. And a lot of companies put a max of 5% of your pay can go into that. Now, the one thing that I'm going to talk about here just briefly is cryptocurrencies. Now, I have my own feelings on cryptocurrencies. Maybe you people out there are into that. I just think it's just a real big risk. There's some preppers, they advocate for investing in these cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and others due to their, decentralized nature. Now, when Bitcoin first came out, do I wish I would have bought like 50 of them? Well, sure. But I would have sold mine when they were almost $50,000 a piece. I wouldn't have held on to them. But anyways, there's just so much risk involved. These things, I mean, they fluctuate so much. Anybody that pays any attention to what is going on out there in the stock market world, you see every day, Bitcoin, one day it can go up $1,000, next day it goes down 2,000. I mean, it's back and forth. It's not a stable type of way to invest in your money. Though they can be very volatile and risky, I do choose to stay away from these. I do not like them. I will not put my money into them. I stay with all the other things. But like I said before, you want to make sure that you really know what you're doing and you have somebody that really knows what they're doing if you're going to get into cryptocurrency, because one, it costs a lot of money, and two, it can fluctuate. You can lose everything that you put into it in one day. While it is essential to make sound investments in these days that we live in as part of your preparedness strategies, there are also a few things that you might want to just avoid. And we're going to cover those right now, because a lot of people, you're always, nowadays, you get these phone calls, you get these emails, you get text messages. It's like a non-stop barrage of everybody wants a little piece of your money, however they can get it. All right. So we're going to start right off with unproven technologies. While yes, it is important to stay informed about technologies, advancements, investing in unproven or experimental technologies can carry a very significant risk to you and your wallet. For instance, many new technologies in the energy or agricultural section, okay, may promise self-sufficiency. Yes, you buy into this, and you know what? This is going to grow for you, no problems. Or this, you're going to have plenty of power from buying into this new type of energy generating system. But if they're not yet established and reliable and have a track record, it might be better to wait until they have been really vetted out and seen if the products are really going to work and what kind of reviews you may get before you dump a lot of money into some of this stuff. Risky financial investments. Now, some financial products can be extremely volatile and risky for you and your wallet. Certain types of derivatives or highly leveraged investments can expose you to financial losses in the long run. I mean, it's a fact. While these can potentially offer high returns if it's doing quite well at the point in time, they can be very complex to understand and may not be suitable for a person with a focused portfolio that you want to basically oversee and run and manage and make sure you're watching it and see how it's growing. So you want to try to watch these risky financial instruments here. All right. Another one is poor quality supplies or equipment. Now, this all falls under doing your homework and really paying attention to what you're doing and buying. When it comes to survival supplies or equipment or gear or tools, quality matters. Cheap or poorly made tools, gear, and supplies may not hold up under intense or long-term use. So you may find a backpack for, let's say, just $70. All right, you buy it. You really like this backpack over here, but that one costs you like $300. And you're like, wow, this one looks like it's, almost the same thing and offers the same type of stuff. I mean, hey, what can it hurt? So you spend the $70, you buy that one. Because it wasn't made that well and everything else, it maybe lasts you for, if you get a year out of it, you're lucky. Whereas then you go and then buy the $300 backpack that looks just like the $70 backpack. And the next thing you know, 10 years later, you're still using the $300 backpack. I've learned this lesson personally myself. I fell for some of the, well, let's just say, terms and conditions of products that they claim but don't really pan out. So I'm speaking from personal experience. It's better to save your money, to have a plan that this is what you want. And it's better to pay more, even though it's going to take you longer to get because maybe you have to save money. But then that product will probably last you, if you take good care of it, for a very long time. It's kind of like buying a cast iron pan. You can buy a cheap knockoff one, and I bet you're going to have problems with it rusting on you all the time, no matter how you take care of it. If you buy a Lodge, more than likely you won't have that problem. But one frying pan may be $50, whereas in the Lodge maybe $1.25. You pay for what you get. I have a Lodge frying pan here that is probably, I don't know, 80 years old, and it works just fine. Works just fine. It's usually better to invest in fewer, higher quality items that will last and perform when you need it to perform than to buy cheap, poorly made products. Next, I want to talk about scams and untrustworthy sellers. Down here in Florida, I don't know about in some of the other parts of the country, but down here in Florida, whenever we do have a hurricane, these people come to town like Grant took Richmond. Let me tell you what, they're here. They're here to scam people out of money constantly. I mean, it's usually all over the news. The police are putting out special things on social media and everything else. Watch out for these scammers and the whole 9 yards. But you got to be wary of anyone selling products or services that claim to be the ultimate solution, especially for preparedness or survival. All right. There are many scams out there that prey on people's fears and their anxieties about potential disasters. Always research sellers and products thoroughly before making any purchases or signing any agreements or any contracts or anything else. If somebody's coming to say they're going to do something to your roof, make sure you check maybe with the Better Business Bureau, make some phone calls around, see if anybody else has used these people and whatever else, reach out to your social networking, maybe to your community, whoever it can be. Try to vet these people if it's somebody you've never heard of. It's going to save you a lot of heartache in the long run and a lot of money. Over-investing in one area. This here is a big one. Balance is key in preparedness. Investing all your resources into one area, like food storage, for instance, can even leave you very vulnerable in all the other areas. It's very crucial to spread your investments across different aspects of preparedness. Supplies, skills, self-sufficiency, infrastructure, financial security, buying land, water, power. You got to spread it all out here, folks. You can't just put all of it in one basket here. That's what I said in the beginning. Don't put your eggs all in one basket. You have to make sure that you're covering all the needs of you and your family. Ignoring personal needs. This is the last one on this list. And circumstances. Not all advice fits all circumstances, correct? For example, you might read that you need a year's worth of food storage. But if you live in a small apartment, this may not be practical, right? You have to tailor your preparedness strategies to your personal circumstances, your needs, your resources, your ability to store your products. It's very, very important. Very important. Lastly, it's investing wisely for preparedness essentials, a approach encompassing self-sufficiency investments, essential supplies, and financial investments. Educate yourself and build essential skills. Consider acquiring productive land and durable tools, and invest in alternative energy sources. You want to make sure you stockpile non-perishable food, clean water, medical supplies, hygiene products to ensure a basic survival needs are met. You're diversifying your preparedness. You want to make sure you're diversifying your financial portfolio also with assets such as precious metals, maybe some stocks, bonds, and even cryptocurrencies if you choose to do so on your own, acknowledging their potential risks. Beware of pitfalls like unproven technologies, risky financial investments, low quality supplies, and imbalance in investments. You want to make sure that you are tailoring your preparedness strategies to your personal circumstances and needs, always valuing quality and reliability. It is crucial to balance. Now, listen to this, folks. It is crucial to balance preparedness with living your life in the present. But don't let the concept of potential disaster stop you from enjoying your life today. So many people do that because preparedness, in all honesty, should provide peace of mind and a sense of security, not constant worry or fear. That's a lot, folks, right there. You see, we all are living the dream. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's going on. There's a lot of stuff we can't change. There's a lot of stuff we wish we could change. But in the end, we have to make sure that we're doing what we believe that we need to be doing. What makes us happy? What makes you feel good? Where is it you want to be in your life? What to do with your money right now? I listed off a bunch of stuff, but maybe if you're not really happy with your situation, maybe it's time for a change. Maybe things have gotten so bad that you don't even want to even leave your home. Depending on where you live in this country, that could be a very vital solution and a very scary one for a lot of people. So maybe it's time for you to look at relocating. Maybe you need to move where there's more family, more friends, or whatever. Or maybe you need to move to where there's nothing but birds and bees and trees and bears and deer and antelope and whatever else. It's all up to you. But you have to realize at this point in time in the game, with everything that is going on in our government and in this country, what you do with your money right now is very important. I would highly suggest people hold off on buying all this crap that's out there. Every time you go into Walmart, if you go to Sam's, you go to any big box store, period, they all want you buying these big screen TVs. They're throwing them out there for like next to nothing now. You can get a 70, 80-inch TV now for what, $700, $800? I mean, yeah, they want you to buy them. But what is that going to do for your family in a survival preparedness type scenario? And do you know how much stuff you could really buy with that $700? You could get some nice gear, get some nice tools. You can put away some nice food. You could probably buy some storage type equipment where maybe you could store some water, store your food. Think about it. This is all common sense managing your money. And like I said, I'm not a financial advisor, but it doesn't really take a lot to really figure this one out. So what you do with your money right now, for one, it is your business, and you can do with it however you want to. My business is trying to help you understand what you do with your money right now could have a very longing effect down the road for you and your family. So you really have to sit back and think, how is this going to help me? What will this do for me? What will this provide for me in the future? Answer those 3 questions before you make that purchase. Just do me that one favor, and then you can spend your money however you want. Because you start asking yourself, instead of just seeing the price tag and saying, I'm buying it now, you're going to see, you start thinking, that's the main goal. That's the whole name of the game. Think before you buy. And with that said, I'm going to jump over here and let's see what's going on. If you guys got any questions or anything like that, throw it all in capital letters. I'm going to go back through and see what we can find. All right. Once again, thanks everybody for being here tonight with me. I see there's about 90 some odd people in here from what I can see. I really do appreciate it. I didn't expect a lot of people, and we just jumped to 99. Well, look at that. All right. Happy and simple life. Thank you very much. Let's see here. Jenna says, remember that an HSA can be used for online antibiotics. Okay, that's a good one. Just remember the government bad. 3 letters, IRS, CDC, FBI, etc. They're all bad. Don't trust them. Yes, I do agree there. Let's see here. I'm just kind of scrolling back up and seeing what I've missed. Crazy Backyard Chicken Man. You haven't been on here in a while. Nice to see you again, man. I was working in my front yard garden, and I found a silver dime. Gardening does pay off, so I dug up the front yard and planted a garden. There you go. What year was that dime from? Because that dime might be worth some money. Do you know what I'm saying? I think, what is it, 1960? Is it 1964? Is that correct? I think it's 1964 and earlier. They were still made with silver there. Bob, 67, a thermal cooker such as an EcoPot is a worthwhile investment, saves on energy bills, and can be used in a grid down scenario. Very good point, Bob. It's nice to see you, Bob, because you haven't been on here in a while, and I miss seeing you. Let's see here. Okay, Genesis, meeting needs. Ooh, boy. I have 4 foster babies, 1 through 7 years, and sign them up for everything I can to prepare them as much as the rest of us. Yes, I mean, that is a very, it's a very a cool thing that you are doing by having foster children and this type of stuff, and teaching them, trying to teach them um, some of the different things, and how they can be prepared. And, um, you know, there's a lot of kids out there that just don't get that opportunity. Um, and that's really the sad thing with this whole world, not just this country. It goes on all over the world. And, I mean, there's things out there that we can do. There's things we can control, but I think that's a very great thing that you're doing there. Hippie Hive. Hey, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a while either. The prepping artist. The bunker keeping you from doing stuff. Laugh out loud. I know I've gotten behind. Haha. That's all right. Arkama, sounds like you tried to correct the problem, so now they're yours. Copy first and speak. Yeah. Oh, I see a Stuart in here. I see JT posted Stuart's channel there. You all got to go check out Stuart's channel. I love the guy. He's got a great little channel there, and he does a great job of trying to do his best and show us what we got to do. And you got to go check him out. Let's see here. I know I'm way behind. Yeah, we just had a hailstorm in my neighborhood not too long ago. Creepy trucks with ladders everywhere. Yeah, same here. I mean, we had one, I want to say 2-3 weeks ago. Really wasn't that bad. All right. I walked around after the storm, and I really didn't see a lot of stuff on the ground or anything like that. Right. I mean, none of the granules and all this kind of stuff. I mean, these people are in our neighborhood the next morning knocking on doors. Oh, we got to check your roof. Let's check your roof. You need a new roof and all this. We can see it from here. And I'm like, yeah, just go away. Oh, my God. I tell you, these people drive you nuts. Let's see here. All right, let me drop it down here some. Oh, where'd I go? Right there. Teach a kid to fish and he will lose all your for you. Yes, he will, but he will learn something, because I've been there, done that. And I did it to my dad, and my kids did it to me, but they learned, Ronald Reagan, Christie says, Ronald Reagan signed no-fault divorce order, destroying the marriage contract and creating the single mothers America, the fall of the mortality. Anything about that one there? I'll have to look into that. The quarters and dimes sound different when you rattle change in your hand. That's how I found 2 silver quarters. Yes, that they do. All right, South Florida, thank you very much. Anything before 1962? I couldn't remember. I knew it was 62, 64, 60 something, right in that area, that they were still made out of all silver. Jana, thank you. Charles, appreciate you. Thank you. I appreciate you for being here and for supporting this channel. Let's see here. Federal Bank postpone scheme will close. Choose inflation. It will take a little longer to crash the system. Trump expanded money supplies for 40%. That's at least 40% loss of buying power. Yep, it's going to be I don't know what we're going to do. Jay says, what would you do with a 401k? What would I do with a 401k? Well, you want to make sure, that depends. If you're young enough and you're just starting out, you want to put in as much money as you possibly can. Like I said, if your company does offer, an after-tax program also, you want to get into that. You want to max that out, definitely, because you can use that money whenever you need it. It's a great emergency fund to have. I would, if you're starting out and you're young, you want to be in high risk. And if you're like me, like I said, if you're getting ready to retire within the next few years or whatever, you want to drop all that stuff back to the lowest risk you can find to, yes, you don't keep making as much money as you do in the high risk, But guess what? I have a lot more cushion on mine. And so if something does happen, you don't lose as much as you do when you're in the high risk. Yes, hit the thumbs up, everybody. I do appreciate that. Thank you very much. Let's see here. We didn't have a television in university. Best years of my life. Yeah, sometimes TV gets a little annoying, especially nowadays. It just seems like there's none of the good shows are left. I find myself watching a lot of reruns because I just cannot connect with a lot of this crap that they have on here now that we all get to pay for. And that's something I may be looking into here really soon if it keeps going like it's going, because I can stream anything I want. So has anyone seen Stuart prepping? I haven't seen him in a while, in quite some time. I don't know. I've been gone off here for a while. I think I have his email address. Maybe I'll have to try to email him and see what's going on. I think I have it. I'll have to go through and check. Let's see here. Jan says, I never did like Ronnie Reagan or any of the others since Kennedy. Let's see here if I miss anything. All right, busy girl. Oh, goodness. Hi, girls. Working in my garden and popped in to listen while he was live. Good to see you both, Jan and JT. Thank you for stopping in, busy girl. And I hope your gardening is coming out pretty good. It's that time of year. I tell you what. Found a silver penny in a box of old stuff last week. Haven't looked up what it's worth yet. That could be interesting. All right, folks. We're going to start to wind this one down here. I would like to say I really do appreciate you all being here. Live streams are going to be coming back every Saturday night. They will be broadcasting live 8 p.m. on Saturdays. I am going to start next weekend, I believe. We are going to have a live stream for the members only. And then we are also going to start having videos for members only also coming out. And I would like to say thank you once again to all my moderators, Jan, JT, Coffee First and Speak, and Southern Florida DCL. If you're interested or something like that, reach out to me in email, survival preparedness 69@gmail.com. And rather than that, folks, I hope everybody really stops and thinks about what you're really doing with your money right now, because it is very important. It is very important for you to really stop and think and ask yourself the 3 questions that I said. It is very important for you to, if it is not something that can answer any of those 3 questions or perform in those 3 questions, really think hard about what you're going to do with that. Because, folks, in the times that we live in, with the chaos that is going on all around the world, from China to Russia to England to Europe, United States, the fires in Canada and all the chaos up there, everywhere, it only pays for us to be prepared. But I also want everybody to remember this. Preparedness should provide peace of mind and a sense of security, not constant worry or fear. And with that being said, everyone Please have a great week. Be safe, keep prepping, and make sure that you are doing the best that you can do with your money right now for you and your family to be prepared. Because once you're prepared, no fear is involved, and you get to live your life with your family and your loved ones. And that's the name of the game. Till next Saturday night, make sure you share this video, like, subscribe. Please share the video with everybody that you know so we can get this channel rolling again. I need your help to kickstart this. I do have videos coming out. If you're not seeing these, there'll be one Sunday, Monday, probably Wednesday and Friday. If you're not seeing these come out, folks, make sure that you go in and unsubscribe, resubscribe, and hit the notification bell to rectify the problem. And that is per YouTube. So till then, y'all stay safe. Keep prepping. I'll catch you all on the flip side.